But let's focus the attention now on Lionel Messi, Nick. Is he still the best player in the world right now? I mean, there's some pretenders out there that we know are right there and maybe even have overtaken him. But this kind of moment of magic today, did that just kind of prove that he still is the best player in the world, in your opinion? I know you're a huge Messi fan.
I am. It's tough. It's tough because I think Mbappe and Haaland, being on the edges of their prime, have really started to stake their claim to having a hold on it. But what it proved to me is that he's the greatest player of all time, in my opinion, and he proved that he's still Lionel Messi. So if we want to do the logic proof that makes him still the greatest player of all time, then okay. But in these moments, I think about the lesser players, but still legendary players in the culture. I think about Clint Dempsey or Cuauhtémoc Blanco finding these goals in these moments that just remind you how important they are to the fabric of the game, how important they are to why we watch what we watch. And when someone can go out without those, not that he won't, but when someone can go out without those, they talk about Joe Namath's last games or Willie Mays on the Mets. When someone can go out on top in their international career, regardless of what happens the rest of the tournament, he's going to have this in his final World Cup, in his locker, on his resume.
Yeah, incredible moment, right, Andy, to deliver it when your country really needs you to do that most. And it hasn't always been the case for Messi of Argentina, but in your opinion, is he still the best player? Is he still just hanging on there, obviously coming to the twilight of his career? This is his final World Cup. He's already said that. So he's still got that star quality, right? If you want any player in the world in that position on the edge of the box, when it's level, when you need a win, you're going to pick Lionel Messi, right? Or if it's not him, it's one of a handful of other players.
I am picking him, but I do not think that means he is that player anymore. There are physical limitations that come along with being 35 years old. And Messi is every bit of 35 years old because, as we all know, he's been doing this at an incredible level, at an incredible rate since he was 17 years old. More than half of his life now, he has just been logging maybe not a ton of miles on the field because he does kind of just saunter around until the moment comes. And that's part of the brilliance of him, but he has logged a lot of hard miles as well throughout his career. And so he doesn't have the ability to affect the game every single minute for 90 minutes the way that he used to. But in the 2 or 3 moments that you can, that come to him or that you need him, he is still that guy. And he showed, one touch, settle exactly where he wants it. Second touch, shot exactly where he wants it. There is just that kind of talent and skill and class will never, ever leave him. And so he could probably hang around and do it again in 4 years and just be a true off the bench option and somebody who just comes in and creates chances and everything. And he could probably do it. I don't think he wants to do that. So for him to have that moment, his last World Cup, get Argentina and galvanize that team and those fans, 80,000 of them, it seemed like, inside the stadium there again. Big moment, really big moment.
I'm still not convinced he's not going to play the next World Cup, to be honest. I feel like we've been here before with him a lot. And like you said, he's kind of one of those players. He could play in a team when he is he'll be 38, 39 nearly at the next World Cup. And Ronaldo is getting towards those numbers now. We can see that he's still going. Messi's looked after himself in kind of similar fashion, like you said, different player. But I'm thinking about a different player when I'm Kylian Mbappe. I mean, for me, he probably is the best player in the world right now and probably at this World Cup. Different type of player though, right, Nick? But we saw it against Denmark, came up big with those couple of goals and just 14 goals in his last 12 games for France. I mean,
comical.
He already dominated the last World Cup in 2018 when they won it, and he's on course to do it again and really making that case early on in this tournament, isn't he?
He is. It's amazing to me that we will go back and look at a team let's say, just to go to club for a second, let's say PSG never wins the Champions League, that they had Mbappe, Messi, and Neymar as their trident is just insane to me. I mean, Messi, Neymar, Suarez was something special because of Suarez's status at a center forward at that time, but there's a way he captures your imagination, and Mbappe is somewhere between Messi's creative wizardry and Ronaldo's physically imposing perfection. And that's the thing with Mbappe. He's has the potential to lead your league in goals or assists any given year. And
he'll probably do both a number of times as well.
You're probably right. That's what made, and again, I mentioned it with, it was probably off air, but I mentioned it with Ronaldo. It's not that he's done stuff that we haven't seen before. It's that he's done it for a longer period of time than any mortal being should. And I mean, look at Jadon Sancho, excuse me. I do that all the time. Look at his stats with Dortmund for a couple of years and how hard it's been for him to replicate it after changing venues. Mbappe just does it almost every game in any competition, in any shirt.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host for NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. For even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock and be sure to tune in for Premier League mornings every weekend on USA Network and on Peacock. We will see you over there.